Don't see it on YouTube yet.
Nope, I don't either. It should be there anytime though.
I just keep clicking refresh.
We should be live at any time.
There we are.
I noticed earlier this morning that the
Live on YouTube.
I noticed earlier this morning it seemed like the internet was a little slow.
I came out here and opened up the laptop, and usually your screen appears on right away, but I realized, oh, I left it sitting in the kitchen overnight unplugged, so the charge went down.
Yeah.
Like, great. Another dead computer, just what I needed.
You usually have to charge them. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I missed Tuesday. Just still not feeling as good as I could. My sinuses are giving me a flip. And then I was telling Chris, if that ain't bad enough, I got my sinuses. I haven't got a sinus infection. It's just that they're super flared up right now. We had a rainstorm, and I would have thought that would have washed a lot of the pollen out of the air. It doesn't seem like it washed the pollen out of the air. It seems like it stirred it up worse. So, but anyway, so this morning I usually have a ritual around 2 or 3 o'clock where I have to get up and go to the bathroom. I think most men my age have to do that anymore. And as soon as I stepped out of the bed, I could hardly walk. So I hobbled out to the shop this morning. Yes, the gout has reared its head in my left foot again. It's like, geez. So not only got my sinuses, now my gout's kicked in. So, but
the price you pay to be retired.
And getting old. Don't get old. I told my sons the other day I said, don't get old. It's not all it's racked up to be. Yeah. So, but yeah. And so now I've got to end up going to the doctor and probably get medicine for my gout. I'll see how it does today and probably go tomorrow. But yeah, it's like I was hobbling. I'm like, I got things I want to get done, and this is cramping my style. James Parker says, good morning, Russ and Chris. Good morning, James. Yeah, this is cramping my style. I'm working on my boat. I'm doing a lot of things that I trying to get done. And gout is not on my list of things that I want right now. And,
is it ever?
Yeah. I just wanted to say, if you say little prayers, say prayers for Brenda. She's still not doing very well. I talked to her. She
gone to the doctor yet?
No, she hasn't gone to the doctor yet. And I told her again, I think she needs to go to the doctor. She's just not doing good at all. So she's the last couple of weeks she's been able to make it to her show, she says, but it's all she can do. And I've noticed that she doesn't look like she's her chipper self in some of the videos. So hopefully she will feel better and get well soon. Mm-hmm. I think she needs to go to the doctor myself.
Yep. I mean, it's one thing to cure a headache with a home remedy, but you got something else going on. You got to go see the pros.
Yeah, I think that's what she needs to do. But, Brenda, she's hard-headed. So.
Yeah. No, not Brenda.
So my hopes and prayers go out to you, Brenda. I hope you feel better. I really do. I hope you get well soon. Like to have you back on the show, either in the mornings or at night, either one. It doesn't matter. I hope you feel well soon. Yes, James, I got your video. What I'm trying to figure out is what you want me to do with it. That's what the question is because the contest rule says you're supposed to put it on your YouTube channel. So I don't know if you don't have a YouTube channel, is that what you're saying? Well, I only do the video or do pictures for the scroll saw challenge. That's not for the Whirly Gig challenge. So not quite sure. I was going to try to get with you today amid my sickness and hobbling. If you've never had gout, it's an experience. Trust me.
I think I'll pass.
Yeah. It's very painful. It's arthritis, which I already knew I had arthritis in the foot, but and I have arthritis in my back. But anyway, sometimes people get it in their knees. Some people get it in their feet, usually in the lower extremities. And it's quite painful. Gets in that joint and the joint swells up, and it's very discomforting.
I got not arthritis, but just because of the CP, my back has been tightening up a lot lately. And doctor gave me a script for Flexerol.
Flexerol, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Big time. Take one in the morning, one at night.
Yep. David Tustin is out there. Brian Short is out there. Brian, he's over on Facebook. He says, I'm at work again, so I can't hear you, but stop by to say hello. Good morning, Brian. How you doing? We're only going to be on here about 30 minutes, so
yeah.
Not a lot. But yes, I do have, and let me see if I can go open it up here. So give me 1 second. I was going to have it open before the show started, and me and Chris got to talking, so I forgot about it. Oh, that's not the one. That's not the one I wanted to open up. Why is it that anytime you want to open something, it never wants to open the one you want to open? So we've got one more also. But here we have share the screen. We have actually 1, 2, 3, 4 entries that are actually posted. I have one. I have got to talk to the guy that sent me a video, and he has it marked for, I guess, not public because I can't add it to the playlist. So I've got to email him today and ask him that he's going to take it off that. But we have 4 videos up already, and then if James gets his posted, and then I get this other guy fixed, that'll give us 6 videos, and still got a little over. Yeah, still got a little over a week away, so that's good. Very good. Very happy. Very happy. So.
So yesterday I was tearing the shop apart looking for nails for my brad nailer. Not where they're supposed to be. They're in the pencil cups. For some reason, they're in the pencil cup here on the desk. So
I did that the other day. I was looking for some fuses and couldn't find them. Went to the store and bought some. Come back, and I'd no more opened the package and put one in, and I found the fuses. So I bought another pack for nothing. So.
Luckily, I hadn't bought new ones yet, but so I knew I had them somewhere.
I know you put them places so you think, oh, I'll put it right here and I'll know where it's at. Yeah, sure, right. James says, with the Gator Woodturner, I sent you an email with that one, but it's about the same length. It won't let me send. You don't send me the email. You upload the video to your YouTube channel, James, and then you just send me the link. You don't actually send the video. So I'm not sure what you're saying. Yeah, you upload the video to your YouTube channel, and then you just hit share, and it will give you a link, and you put that in your email. So the video is not actually being uploaded in your email, just the link is being uploaded in your email.
Now here's a question, James. Do you have a YouTube channel? There's the answer.
I don't have a YouTube channel. Well, I guess you're going to have to see about opening one, James.
It's really not difficult and time consuming. I mean, if this idiot can figure it out.
It's free. It's totally free. Figure out what you want to name it and open one. It's not that difficult. But here's my point is I can't have this challenge is not set up to accept people sending me videos and then me uploading. Go back and read the rules. I think you're confusing this challenge with the Scroll Saw Artist Challenge, which is in October. Now, in the Scroll Saw Artist Challenge, I allow people to send me 2 to 3 pictures of their projects for people that don't have YouTube channels. But the reason I do that is because Steve Good and I talked a long time ago. A lot of your scrollers are older gentlemen, and they just don't want to, or want the hassle, don't want to, just flat out period, don't want a YouTube channel. So therefore, I opened that contest up to spur more people entering into the Scroll Saw Challenge by allowing people to send me 2 or 3 pictures, and then I take those 2 or 3 pictures and turn them into a video, and then upload a couple of those videos during the contests. But this contest, I don't have that. I'm not accepting videos. So God forbid if I did start accepting videos and then got 30 videos, it'd take me 2 weeks just to upload 30 videos. So I guess, James, the answer to that is you need to see about opening up a YouTube channel. It's really, I think you have to have your name, figure out what you want to call your YouTube channel, an email address that they can verify. I mean, it's not that hard.
Yeah, it's fairly simple.
And it doesn't cost anything. And James, you were talking about Dropbox costing. They said they wanted to charge you $198. I sent you the link to a free Dropbox. It's free. Now it's limited. You can only have it on like 1 or 2 machines. You can only upload so many gigabytes of stuff. But I've been using my free Dropbox account for years, and I love it. Like I said, it makes it so much easier. I have it on my phone. And when I take a picture on my phone, my phone's upside down. When I take a picture on my phone, I can just hit the hit Dropbox. It automatically, I have it set up so it automatically opens up my photos. I hit like, I want this one, this one, this one, and hit send, and boom, it uploads it straight to my computer. That quick. But if I took a picture outside and walked inside, by the time I get into the house, it's already uploaded on my computer. So I love it for that.
Yeah, James, when you set it up, if you run into a problem, reach out to Matt Haas. He is like a wealth of information on YouTube.
Either Matt or I'll help you set it up. That's no big deal. And then that would make it easier for you in the Scroll Saw Challenge. When you do the Scroll Saw Challenge, you can upload a video and you don't have to send me the pictures. And then if you decided to enter the palette challenge, or if Brian comes back with his 2 before challenge and stuff like he's talking about, there you have it. Because most of all these contests work off of YouTube. The reason being is they want people to get used to uploading pictures or projects onto YouTube.
Speaking of pallet challenge, my neighbor just had 5 pallets of paving stones delivered. Nice thick boards under those pallets.
Oh, yeah.
So my neighbor and I are going to have a conversation later today.
Don't throw those pallets away.
He burns them. That's why I got to get over there fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you better. So I've been working on my boat. I've had my boat now for probably about 16, 18 years. I don't remember exactly the year I bought it. But I know my wife and I have been married for 15, 16. Well, this June will be 16 years. And I bought it before we got married. So somewhere between 16, 18 years. Anyway, so things, just like a vehicle, you got to keep them maintained and repaired or whatever. Well, a while back, one of the last times we used it, the screen on the depth finder, fish finder was going out. And it was a real cheap one. I didn't spend a lot of money on it back then. And so I upgraded. I got me a nice Lowrance Hook 2. This is a depth finder, fish finder, chart plotter, GPS, all in one. So really nice. Yep, I'm going to mount this. Matter of fact, I'm waiting on the reason it's not mounted on it. I already got all the cables and everything. We tested it out. It works perfect. Oh, we tested out the GPS. What was funny about this is we popped up the GPS and it showed the boat sitting in my driveway. I said, son, we're in trouble. And he goes, what's that? I said, there's no water. So yeah, it works perfect. So but I'm waiting on a what is it, HDLP or whatever, that plastic. I'm waiting for a plastic Lazy Susan with stainless steel ball bearings, because I'm going to mount this on the dash, or I'm going to mount the Lazy Susan on the dash, and you can't have a steel Lazy Susan with steel bearings, because in salt water it won't last worth a flip.
Yep.
So I'm going to mount this on that that plastic Lazy Susan, so that I can spin this, like if we're on the front of the boat, we can turn it to the front, or I can turn it around to face me when I'm driving the boat and see it. So you won't be, it's not going to be a 360 thing. And I was telling my son the other day, I said, it's going to have to just go the same direction both ways, because the cords are going to get twisted if you try to go 360. Yep. But if you just turn it to the front and then turn it back the same way, there won't be no problems, because there's a rubber grommet down in that place where the cables go, so it's not going to get it'll be fine. So
cool beans.
Oh, James gave me 20 or 30 thumbs up. Thank you, James. So anyway, we got that. I've got a couple of lights that are out. I'm going to either have to see if I can find the bulbs for them or replace them. Just typical stuff, because it sit for a while. I let it sit. And when they don't like to be sit, if you want a boat, you need. I told my wife, my boys are chomping at the bit, wanting to go out on the boat, and my wife is saying, I want to go out on the boat. So I told my wife this time, if it gets to the point, because I almost beg people to go fishing with me. I kid you not. And that boat's just too big for one person. You know, it's 22 foot. It's just, I mean, I have taken it out on my own, but it is a pain, trust me, to do on your own. And I told them, if it gets to that point where I'm starting to ask people and it's sitting, I'm selling it. That's it, over. And then when y'all come back crying, let's go out in the boat, I'm going to say, go get your own. You know, go get your own. Yeah, because it's not those. A boat is like a car. Let a car sit for a while and go out there and try to crank it and see what happens.
Yep.
They're better. They're better if they run. But I put a new water pump in it, so it is peeing very well, and that's what you call it. There's a little tube that shoots water out of the side of the engine, and as long as that stream's very, very coming out there and very, very nice, that means that it's cooling. Yep. So when I say that peeing, don't go, oh, he said peeing. You know, that's what you call it. The boat's peeing. It's, you know, it's recirculating water very good.
So you mentioned the car. I put gas in my truck the other day for the first time in like 4 weeks.
Since all this COVID thing.
Yeah, I'm not leaving the neighborhood. At best, the longest trip I've taken was, we went out to look at some llamas my wife wanted to see. And that was probably a 30-minute drive. So.
James says he's going to go see his granddaughter this weekend, and this will probably more likely be the last time we see her alive. I'm sorry, James. I know she's had cancer. She hasn't been doing well.
So sorry, James.
Yeah, I'll keep you all in my thoughts and prayers. But really sorry to hear that, James. I got a friend of mine. I'll just say his name's Kevin, and his very good friend of his is not doing well. He's in the hospital in a coma. So I don't know what's wrong with him. I was going to see if I could talk to Kevin. Some people don't like discussing their problems. So, but anyway, as my gout, I'm like, I want to work on my boat today. I want to get some things done. We're planning on not this weekend, but next weekend, trying to go and be in the water. I got to put 4 new tires on it. The tires are like 10 years old.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing about it is they're holding air. It's just that they got these road maps all over them.
Yeah, they're cracking.
Yeah. Yeah, the sidewalls are all like road maps. They're cracking. Yeah, from dry rot. They've been sitting.
Yep.
So
Terry Maker has joined us. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, Terry. Glad to have you. So yeah, I got to put new tires on it. But I knew that was coming. The
Yeah,
last time we took it out, I was like, yeah, we're going to have to get some new tires.
Yep.
But, somebody told me a boat is bring out another 1,000.
Yep.
Yeah. I disagree. I haven't never had put that much into my boat. And things that I've had to replace, tires, for instance, tires wear out. I don't think you can go 5 years on a set of tires on your car. Most people can't. They put too many miles on them. They wear out in 5 years.
Oh, I wear my tires down to baloney.
I know, but how often do you have to replace tires? Every couple of years?
Now I've gone 3, 4 maybe.
Okay. So, well,
I push until the inspection guy says, not happening.
Yeah. So there you go. Let's see. So these tires are about 5 years old. So it's time for a new set of tires. So,
well, the hard part of the trailer, it hasn't been moving. That's what's not
yeah,
healthy.
but that it takes more of a beating from the sun and just sitting there.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So
that reminds me, I have to get an inspection sticker on my truck. I don't even know if my mechanic's open.
the biggest problem I've had with that boat is the alcohol fuel and water getting in the fuel.
Beer cooler's not big enough, you mean?
Huh?
You said alcohol is a problem, so the beer cooler's not a problem?
Yeah.
Beer cooler's too small?
No, what happens is the alcohol absorbs water into the gasoline, and then the boat doesn't like water and gas.
No, it doesn't.
So that's about the biggest problem I've had. First off, I went to non-alcohol fuel to stop that problem, but the non-alcohol fuel right now it's not so bad. It's dropped down. It's about the same price as high test. But you're looking at that fuel tank's an 80-gallon fuel tank.
Wow.
Yeah. So at $2, let's just say $2 a gallon, that's $160 to fill it up. So I don't never fill it up because it's a waste of gas. I can't burn that much out. Usually we put about 30 or 40 gallons in it.
So do you notice when you're going fishing, you got plenty of friends, but if you say, oh, I got to stop at the fuel tank first, suddenly your friends aren't there.
Yeah. Yes.
That's one thing I make a point of when I go out with friends. I'm the first to pony up with gas money because I never want to be accused of that.
James, if you need some help with a YouTube channel, let me know. I will help you get one open for it. So all you got to do is just PM me and say you need some help, and I'll talk you through. We can actually have a meeting. We don't have to broadcast it. We can have a meeting, and I can talk you through it. So I know you have a camera and mic because you've been on the show before. So if you need some help,
I think there's a link on YouTube just saying getting started or something like that.
Yeah, there should be videos on there to show you how to do it too. But he says, have a good day. You got to go start loading the truck. They're getting ready, I guess, to go see his granddaughter. Drive safe. Good speed.
Stay safe. Keep the sunny side up.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yep, I've got plenty I've got to get done today myself. I took some pain medicine this morning, so hopefully my gout will be tolerable, and then I'll monitor it up until a few hours, and if it's still kind of painful, then I'll call the doctor and make an appointment and go see him in the morning.
Hey, I showed you earlier, Russ. I want to share with these guys.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking last week about taking the riving knife off my table saw. Well, I told Russell earlier, I got it all set up. I had an Allen wrench, I had screwdrivers, I had pliers, I had Phillips and a regular screwdriver, everything you could possibly need. Even put a drop light underneath in case I had to shine up. Took the cover off. And the first thing I said to myself, what's this little lever? The little lever releases the riving knife and it slides right out. Ready for a good 20-minute, 30-minute project, and it took me 4 seconds.
You know, I can say something about that probably would have solved your problems a long time ago. You didn't do it.
It's probably in the manual.
Yes, read the manual.
These manuals, come on.
That's what I did whenever I started putting this, installing the new Lowrance. I had to know it's got a whole new different type of transducer. So we had to redo the transducer and whatever. And I was like, I think my son or my wife, somebody had said something about the manual. I said, I don't need a stinking manual. I know how to put this thing together. I've done it before. But the best way to do it is what I did. The old one wasn't any good. I just cut the cable and taped the two together and use the old cable to pull the new one through.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of people do.
Yep. That was the best way to do it.
I replace things. I tend to take pictures or heavy notes on how it came out. So when I know I have to put the new one in, it goes in the exact opposite.
I do the same thing. If it's something that I got to take apart and I'm not quite sure, I'll take pictures of it just to so that I can have something to reference to.
Or in the event I give up and I put the broken one back in place.
This though is no big deal. I use the same power, not power cable because it's a different power cable, but I went to the same place where the old one was plugged in and hooked this one up and then run the transducer cable and boom, it works.
Nice. Sweet. So today's going to start a shop tour video. I haven't done one yet.
Russ, pilots top off small tanks at the end of the day to stop water from getting into fuel tanks. Yes, but that will not stop the water from getting into, I don't care if it's slap full, it will actually overflow. You've got to have an air vent on a fuel tank, and actually the alcohol will absorb. I know what you're saying. You're trying to prevent air from being in the tank, but it's still, they've had problems with it. It wants, alcohol and fuel is the worst thing in the world you could do. And by eliminating some of the air, you're helping a lot. I'm not saying that, but it still won't stop it. Yeah, they've got proof that it won't stop it. It gets air in there because it's got to have air in order for the fuel pump to be able to suck the air out of the tank and put it into the carburetors or the fuel injectors. If it was pulling a vacuum, it wouldn't work. So it can still get air in there. And I've got 2 fuel filters on board, and I've got one's actually a water separator canister that will actually hold a quart of fuel. It's a big Yamaha. And then the other one's on board the motor, where you can look at that too. And that's another thing. David, I don't want to have to keep 100 or 80 gallons worth of fuel in that boat. Actually the fuel would probably go bad before I could burn out the 80 gallons. That's a lot of fuel, and that thing gets excellent fuel mileage in it. When you say fuel mileage, it's not actually fuel mileage. What is it called? Fuel hours per?
Hours, yeah.
Yeah, hours, yeah. We've put 20 gallons worth of fuel, and we went all the way out to this, where I put in is fairly good distance, probably a good 10 miles. So we went out 10 miles all the way around the Skyway, doing all kind of stuff, and come all the way back in and still didn't run the tank dry. It still had plenty.
Wow.
Yeah, on 20 gallons. So it's 150 horse Yamaha 2-stroke. It gets excellent miles per hour, gallons per hour, whatever. And it runs great. It just doesn't like water in its fuel. You know?
Well, nothing likes water in the fuel.
That's like you asking for a bottle of beer at a bar and somebody handing you a bottle full of water. What would you do, Chris?
Leave.
Yeah.
We were at a local place where I used to live, and going back to my youth. Friday night, the locals, we all joined in the same place, the air station crew, and it was happy hour and started at 5 o'clock and go deep into the evening sometime. Well, one night I went to cash out my tab, and it seemed very, very low for some reason. I told her, Christine, the bartender, said, "Hey, I think you undercharged me today." She goes, "No." I said, "Come on, I've been here about 4 hours." She goes, "Yeah, I know. For the past hour and a half, you've been drinking near beer." She didn't cut us off, but she took the alcohol away from us. You get to a certain point, you're really not tasting it anymore. So,
yeah.
But she was on top of it. She took good care of us there.
Terry Marker goes, condensation is a lot of water problems in tanks. Yes, it is. It affects cars too. Let cars sit for a while. Yeah, it's we
Yes,
have a
it
lot
will.
with condensation in the tanks. That's the reason
I
a
had water
lot
get
of
in my
yeah.
I had water get in my tank once. Gas station we were all using, again, air station story. We're using the on-base station, and somehow one of their tanks had ruptured and nobody knew it. Water was getting into the gas. So I filled up, drove to work one day, it was below zero. Came out 8 hours later, my engine is frozen solid. Nothing's turning, nothing's moving. So they towed it, they put it in the hangar overnight to frost it. And then we had to have the engine cleaned out and taken care of. There had to be about 20 cars on base.
Alcohol's
That
the
happened
worst
to.
chemical they could put in fuel. It's got a lot of problems. It's not good for your it eats up now they've changed to a different type of hose, but it eats up the gas hoses because it wasn't designed to have the alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Now they've changed, so they're not. But the new cars and which mine's a little bit older a boat that have a fuel injection system. Now those, which my wife's car has those cars don't seem to have the problem because that is a sealed system.
Right.
And the reason it can be sealed is because the injection pump has a return back to the fuel tank. So in other words, as it's pumping fuel or pulling fuel out, what the car, it's got an excess supply, and what the car don't use goes back in the tank. So it's actually recirculating. So it doesn't pull it back. But mine doesn't have that. I wished it did, but it doesn't. So therefore, and then you got to realize when you take a boat out and you go fishing, what are you surrounded by? That makes the boat float.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're surrounded by water, so you don't think
salty stuff.
Yeah, you don't think the humidity on that water is like 150%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's an issue that I've had, and with that, and it's the alcohol fuel. And like I said, I went to non-ethanol fuel and solved a lot of my problems. But that stuff's expensive, so it is what it is. And I've tried all those Startron, and I don't know, there's all kinds of stuff on the market that's supposed to heat the water out of fuel. Bull hockey. They help. If it's a teaspoonful of water in 5 gallons, it'll probably dissipate it, but that's it.
Yeah, it's problems like this is why I really don't want a boat. I wouldn't mind it, but it's just too much work.
Yeah, you have the upkeep on them. And as of right now it gives me something to do. It's taking me away from my woodworking, but that's okay. It'll be hot. It'll be hot here in the next. It's already getting that way. It'll be hot here soon, and I'll have the boat fixed and being out on the water. And on the days it's so hot, I'll be in here in the AC working in my shop.
I like belonging to the OPB Yacht Club. Other people's boats.
Other people's boats.
Yep. Let's see.
Well, gentlemen, we're going to get off of here. I got some things to do and things to take care of. Thank you for being here, Chris.
No problem.
And thank you you, James Parker, David Tustin, Terry Marker, all y'all, Brian Short, all y'all for being out there and watching us this morning. I appreciate it. But yeah, we're going to get out of here. So thank you for watching. Y'all having a stay. Keep safe. Stay safe, Chris.
Yep.
Now you can do your
stay safe.
Put your dado blades on there and.
Yep. It was such a simple thing.
Read the manual.
I like when they come out simple.
I said, read the manual.
Nah. I think I threw it up in the cabinet with the other 42 manuals. So.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see y'all later. Bye, everybody.
Hey, guys. Stay safe. Stay home. Adios.